Most people kill their tomato plants the moment they transplant it. But if you do this one thing, your tomatoes are going to grow stronger, faster, and produce way more fruits than you can even imagine, okay? So come along. One look, and hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Yancy, and today we're in the garden. It is raining right now, so I am going to put my hat on. That's why I am wearing this jacket over here. It is raining and I have a ton of transplanting to do. We're about to transplant tomatoes today, okay? I have not transplanted anything in the garden, and it's been raining for about a week now, and I've been waiting so the rain could slow down, but it's not giving any chance of it slowing down. And truthfully, the best time to transplant your plants is super early in the morning, in the evening, or when it's raining. When it's raining, it is the best time because the sun is away, it is not scorching hot. So the roots of your plants are going to be happy. So if you have like a damp day, just know it is the best day to transplant, okay? So we're gonna be in the rain today. You guys are gonna be with me, and I'll show you guys how I get my tomatoes big and strong that produces tons, hundreds, if not thousands of tomatoes, okay? Today, I will be transplanting all the big tomatoes today, and we are going to be doing it right here in this bed right here. This is my tomato bed. I created like a trellis situation, and I have some of these little panels. They're like animal panels, and I just put them on a T-post here and created like a little, whatever you want to call this is. And so I am going to plant my tomatoes going along this way and going along that way. And these are just for the huge tomatoes. And then as they get bigger, these are indeterminate tomatoes like beefsteak. So they are going to go over here and then go to the other side. And so I just created like a little situation to help it maneuver. And y'all already know I grow my food vertically. When you grow your food vertically, you can save on a lot of space and plant a ton of stuff in the same space because you're growing it vertically. All right, so let's get started. Alrighty, y'all. Before you transplant your tomatoes, you got to make sure you have well-drained soil. Your soil have to be filled with nutrients. It has to be rich in compost and all of the things that your tomatoes are going to love. Now, I self-compost at home, but of course you could purchase some composting soil. But most importantly, you want to make sure that your soil is a well-drainable soil, because you do not want clay-like soil. Your tomatoes are not going to thrive in it. So that's number one step when it comes to transplanting your tomato like a pro, okay? Now, number two, you're going to grab your tomato. As you can see, the tomatoes are very, very mature. So clearly it is time for it to be transplanted. As you can see, there are some flowers over here that is showing you that the tomatoes are ready to start producing. So this tomato is very stressed out. It has overgrown this little pot that is in. And so that's one of the indications to let you know that this tomato is ready to get out of this pot and that it is going to be root bound if you don't hurry up and get it out the pot. Another way to find out when it's time to either up pot or transplant your tomatoes is to look at the bottom of the pot. If you start to see the roots like this right here, okay, you need to get it out of that pot. It has outgrown that pot. All right, so first thing first, we're gonna get our tomatoes out of the pot. Woo! Look at that soil, look at that roots. Okay, now next we are going to remove the bottom leaves of the tomatoes. We're going to remove the bottom leaves, and this is what you want your plants to look like. So you want to leave about 3 leaves, about 3 to 4 leaves at the top of the tomatoes, because we're going to plant these extremely deep. The reason is because tomatoes, if you look at the stem of it, those are little roots, okay? When you plant them extremely deep, it is going to solidify the tomato. It's going to establish the plants, because all of these little fuzz that you see on the tomato stem, they're going to root inside of the soil, and then that's one of the biggest ways that your tomatoes are going to produce 10 times more. It is going to establish this plant, and it will grow multiple plants on that one tomato plant as well. Now, normally if the plant is super long or super big like this, there are two ways that you could transplant these. One of the best ways I would say is to lay this horizontally onto the ground, and then you're going to bury the stem into the soil that way, and just make sure that the top of the tomato plants are above the soil. Another way that you can do it is vertically, which is where you just dig the hole and put the tomato plant inside of the hole, but make sure that you dig a deep enough hole where the tomato plant can, a lot of the stem can go inside of the soil, where it is probably up to where the other leaves are, and just make sure that the leaves are above the soil. Now, if the leaves are touching the soil, you want to go ahead and remove the leaves from on the tomato, because plants do not like their leaves to be wet. I think right now I'm about to see if I'm able to plant this vertically as deep as possible. If not, I will be laying it sideways horizontally like we mentioned, okay? So let's go ahead and dig our hole. I will be using this little thing right here. I will link this below if you're interested. It just makes digging up the hole into the soil very, very easy, and it makes it easy to garden, especially if you're transplanting a lot of things. I'm just trying to move as much soil off of the roots as possible so that this can transplant easy. All right, so I see that the plant is too big for the hole, so I am going to plant it horizontally. We're going to add some worm castings inside of the hole. And then we're going to cover it up. That is how you transplant your tomatoes so that you can have a strong, healthy plant, okay? As you can see, I have it buried in horizontally. I had it laying on the side, so all of the stem that's inside of the ground is going to help strengthen the plants, because they're all going to roots. And remember, the greater the root system, the greater the plant. So that is what is going to happen in the soil. And as you see, I have just a few leaves on top of the tomatoes. These plants are going to grow extremely fast, especially because of the way that I just transplanted them. And you see there's a little sucker here on the side that is also going to turn into another tomato plant. So this one plant right here can produce hundreds of tomatoes this season. Okay, so that is how you transplant your tomato like a pro, so that your tomato do not die and that you will have an abundant season. All right, of course there's more that goes into you taking care of the plant to make sure that it continues to be healthy, which is what we're going to talk about as the season goes on. All right, so let's continue transplanting the rest of our tomatoes, and then I'll give you some tips on how to keep your tomato plants alive during the season. All right. Alrighty, y'all, I am all done transplanting the big tomatoes in the big tomato bed. It is time for me to transplant the smaller tomatoes on my arbor, which is at the entrance of my garden. I'm also going to put a butternut squash in here as well. So I'm kind of companion planting this bed right here, and then as we go along, I am going to add some flowers as well as some herbs in here. Remember, one of the biggest things I talk about when it comes to growing your tomatoes is you want to grow with a ton of herbs. Not only is it going to help flavor the tomatoes, but it's also going to keep a lot of these pests and animals away because they do not like the smell of flowers and herbs around your tomatoes. So that's what we're about to do in this bed, and then we're going to end this video, okay? Alrighty, y'all, I've gotten all the tomatoes and the butternut squash in there. I also have the basil and I have some marigolds in here. Now I'm about to add some mulch. I'm going to be using pine mulch. If your seedlings are really little, try to use like a lighter mulch. This one is a little heavier, so it's going to help with keeping the soil moist and keeping it hydrated. It's also going to help with the weed situation, but I suggest that you use this particular mulch if your plants are a little bit bigger. If your seedlings are a little tinier, use like a lighter mulch, okay? But I'm going to be using some pine mulch because that's what I have and that's what I'm using. Alrighty, y'all, that is how you successfully transplant your tomatoes so that you can have an abundant season, okay? Now, with me adding the butternut squash, it's a whole new ball game. Butternut squash and tomatoes, they're heavy feeders. They also grow extremely big and wide. And the plants that I'm planting in here, these are sun gold. They're indeterminate tomatoes. That means they're gonna vine and keep growing as long as the weather is hot. It is going to keep growing. So they both require kind of the same attention, and they're not going to compete for nutrients, but they are heavy feeders. So if you're gonna do what I'm doing, you just have to make sure that you're going to fertilize more often than you normally would. But what is very important here is making sure that you add mulch around the base of the plant, because tomatoes and butternut squash are susceptible to blight, which usually comes from the leaves of the tomatoes or the squash plants touching the soil. So one of the things you just want to be mindful when you're transplanting your tomatoes is that you are adding some mulch around it. You don't have to, but it definitely helps. And if you see that the leaves of the tomatoes are touching the soil, just go ahead and remove the bottom leaves of the tomatoes. It is totally fine. Just leave a couple of them at the top as they grow and they're going to be fine. Just do not allow the leaves of the tomatoes to touch the soil because it can create diseases that you do not want any issues with. Now, how to prevent diseases from tomatoes, or how to prevent pests from eating your tomatoes, is by what we just did just now. We planted it with some flowers and some herbs. I'm an organic gardener. I do not use pesticides, so I plant my food with a lot of herbs and a lot of flowers, and that helps keep away all of the bad things that want to come and attack your tomatoes or your plants, period. But when it comes to tomatoes specifically, I love planting my tomatoes with a ton of herbs because not only is it protecting the plant from a bunch of issues, it also flavors the soil and it flavors the tomato, and it tastes so much better than if you did not plant your tomatoes with some herbs. So try it out and let me know in the comments. If you've done it before, let me know in the comments and give your feedback on growing your tomatoes with herbs versus not growing it. Have you had the difference? Have you tried it before and have you tasted the difference? Let us know in the comments, okay? But this is about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and like the video, okay? Absolutely, you could share it with people that may be interested. And please go ahead and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. I appreciate you. We're almost at 10K, which is so exciting. And we absolutely will be celebrating when we hit 10K, okay? But anyway, that's about it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy the video. Don't forget to watch the last one that I posted, okay? I'll catch you guys on the next one because it is transplanting season. I am actually transplanting my food late, but usually I would have transplanted all of my food by now and they should have already been in the ground, but it is what it is. And remember, y'all, the best times to actually transplant your food is when it is a rainy day or when it's like gloomy weather. Do not transplant your food on super hot days. It can stress your plants out, especially the roots. It can stress them out, and we don't want to stress them out. We want to put them in ideal weather and ideal situation. So once you're done with this, you're going to water your plants, but I'm not going to water because it is a rainy day. It is going to rain and I don't want to overwater it. So I'll just allow the plants to suck up the water that's already in the soil plus the water that's about to come from the rain. Don't forget, I am a Vigo Garden affiliate. So, you know, it's transplanting season, it is gardening season. And if you want anything from Vigo Garden to help assist you with growing your food, don't forget, they have given me a discount code for my audience, MYN10, that can give you 10% off your order or $10 off your order. Take advantage of that when you go shopping on Vigo Garden. They have amazing products, quality products. So make sure you are using that discount code when you go and purchase anything from their website, okay? All of the links and the discount code is in the description of this video, so check it out. And also check out my seed store on Etsy. I still have seeds in there. Yes, there's still a few things that you can start from seeds. I would say it is too late to start peppers, but you could still start them from seeds. You're just not going to have a harvest, like as much harvest as you would like, because peppers take a long time to grow. But of course, if you live in one of those zones where the weather is always good, get you some peppers. I have a ton of pepper seeds still available, sunflowers, all of the things, okay? Alrighty, I hope y'all enjoy this video. I will catch you on the next one. All right, remember, you're exactly where you're meant to be in this moment. Happy gardening. Oh my gosh, it is officially happy gardening season. How exciting is that? Bye, y'all.
Remember, y'all, if you're looking for organic heirloom seeds, go ahead in the description of this video and grab your pack of seeds in my Etsy store and get your garden popping. Bye, y'all. Happy gardening.